Hi there, hope you're good. What I'm going to be doing in this video is helping the guitarists out there get themselves an absolutely free tone using software that sounds pretty chunky. Let me just give you a listen of what it can sound like. Okay, so there you go. As I say, that's using absolutely free software. I'll have all the links and everything in the description. This is going to be a short video, just getting you straight to the point. So let's get straight to it. Okay, what we're going to do here is, if you can see on the right hand side, this is the effects chain that we're going to try and set up. This is just the little bit that I showed you there. We'll just drag this up to the top, and as you can hear, let's just solo it. As you can hear right now, that is just the DI, absolutely clean, no effects, no amps, nothing on it whatsoever. So, let's get to work. Our first effect is going to be a drive pedal. The one that I like to use is the TSC1. So if we just put in the TSC1 here, bring it up, you see it's a standard tube screamer kind of pedal. You're going to want to leave the dials as they are for now. If you like a bit more tone, if you like your guitars to cut through the mix just a bit more, you can crank up the tone a bit here. We'll do that because I do like that, so we'll just leave that like that for now. Next up, what we're going to want to do is, if you had a normal guitar setup, you're going to want to have your drive pedal going into your amp. So we want to put an amp. I like to use the Nick Crow 8505. If you look here, he's also got the 7170. I'll just show you that quickly. That looks like this. It's got a slightly different fuzzy tone to it. It's up to you which you prefer. I'll have links to both of them in here, but today we're going to be using the 8505. For now, you're going to want to leave all the dials at 12 o'clock, but you are going to want to put the high quality, it's just higher quality filtering on. Okay, leave that as it is. Next up, we're going to, if you think of the effects stream in a real setup, you've got your drive pedal, then you've got your amp, and if you want to hear your amp, you've got to put it through some speakers or a cab. So next up, we're going to try and model the cab, and this is Impulse NAD IR. This one's good. I say all the links will be in the description, and what you're going to want to load into that is what's called a guitar impulse. All that basically means is it sounds like something. The one that I like to use here is 2 off press high. The words mean absolutely nothing right now. Leave that as it is, but you're going to put the quality up to extreme, or whatever your PC will let you handle. If you're on a lower end PC, just leave it as it is. Okay, so we've got our drive pedal, we've got our amp, we've got our cab. Let's see how it sounds just with all the default presets. Not too bad. Even that as it's on its own is a workable tone, but we're going to want to refine it just a bit more, just to take some of the harshness out of it if that's what you're looking for, and clean it up a bit, ready for mixing, because this is more about the mixing side of things. Okay, so what we're going to want to do with this is put an EQ on it. Now there's tons of EQs out there, but what I'm going to use is the Reaper EQ, because a lot of bedroom bands out there start out with Reaper because it's free trial. And I just wanted to make it as easy as for everyone as we can. So we'll check out the Reaper EQ, which is right here. And this should be familiar for a lot of people. What we've got here is our standard EQ. Now I'm going to get up what I've done on my other setup so that you can see what we're aiming for. And you probably think, wow, that looks a bit complicated. And it might be at first glance, but it really isn't as bad as you think. All we're going to want to do here is set some parameters of the waveform so that they mix better when you've got two guitars side by side, but also just do a bit of what they call surgical EQ on the tone to just get it nice to the ears. Okay, so first off, what we're going to want is a high pass. What a high pass is it just cuts out the low frequencies. Leave that about 100 because you want to leave some room for the bass in the mix, and this just cuts out those frequencies. Some people don't like to do this, some people do. It's up to you. This is how to make your tone your own. Now, as you can see over here, what we're going to want to do is just boost some of the low frequencies, because we play quite low on the guitar. If you're playing in standard tuning, maybe you don't want to do this, but if you're a chugger, if you like to get the low notes, you're going to want to just add a little bit of boost to the low end there. Now, what have we got going on here? This looks weird. What this is surgical EQ, and that's what we're going to do next. So we'll pick this one around here. And what's surgical EQ? Okay, quick version is between the frequencies of about 2K and about 5.5 to 6K are a bunch of your high-end frequencies, basically the fuzz and the sizzle of your distortion. Sometimes there's a bit too much fuzz and sizzle in there, or there's some frequencies that are a bit harsh on the ear. Now let me just play our loop round and around. As you see, it sounds pretty fine already, but if we just choose a frequency around the 5 to 6K mark, we've got a 5K mark here, and then if we bring this frequency up on our shelf, we want to be on a band. We just bring this frequency up, as you can see, we've got the Q very low. You can hear that straight away, and a whistling noise. Now if I slide the frequency across, you'll be able to hear all those different whistling noises coming through. Now every so often you're going to get to a whistling noise that sounds really, really harsh on your ears. To a frequency like this, what you want to do, lower the gain to about 3, reduce the gain more, just keep lowering it till it sounds right. That about -3 dB should basically get rid of that tone. Now, we get another one, got another band, lower the Q, raise the gain, and we're going to sweep across, and we're going to get the whistles. Quite a harsh whistle, doesn't sound good to the ear. Some of the ones down here aren't quite as bad. So these whistles, they kind of go with the tone of the guitar. When you raise it just a bit further, it's a bit harsher, it's a bit harsher. So we get to this whistle. Now I'm going to want to try and remove that one. So as I say again, drop it to about the -3 mark. You won't notice it straight away. That would have removed that frequency from the mix. Got ourselves another band, so we'll add another band. Lower the Q, raise the gain, sweep across. Okay, that's a harsh one. Okay, lower it to about -3, move on. We've got another band. Lower the Q. You don't want to do this maybe 4 or 5 times, because what you find is the more of these frequencies that you start to take away, the better it sounds up to a point. And then what you'll find is you start losing tone, and the distortion will sound quite weak. Got a high pitched one there, doesn't sound too great. I'll lower that one just a little bit. Okay. And then for our last band, what we're going to want to do, so let me just get what we want here. Okay. And then we're just going to want to do a low pass. Oh, what have I done? I wrecked it. No, we're okay. And what the low pass does is just take out some of the high frequencies, because after a certain point there's nothing really there. There's no good frequencies for the guitar, and all it will do is clash with your cymbals and maybe vocals or synths and things like that. So you're going to want to get rid of that. So you start taking too much, you lose the tone. So you're going to want to get that nice balance, usually around the 10k mark. That sounds good to me. And now then you want to hear the difference between what you did now and what you did before. So just activate it on and off. And as you can see, just refine the tone slightly. Just taking away some of the harshness. Maybe you want the harshness, in which case don't follow this step. If you don't, you want to get it to sound something like this. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is, like you would on your amp at home, to go back and fiddle with the knobs. Now for my taste, I always like to add a bit more highs. Bring the sweep a bit to the left, take a little bit of the mids away and add a bit of the bass. And that generally works well for me. You can see we've got our volume levels pretty good, and probably add maybe just a bit more power amp. Yeah, that's sounding alright already. Don't go too mad with it just yet. Go back to our old one. Do we want more tone? Do we want less tone? We need to be a bit darker. I like it quite tony, so we'll leave that one. Okay, so it's sounding good already. Now what I can do is show you that when you put those two together, oh sorry, I forgot the limiter. This is very simple. You just want to add a limiter on top of this. This step you don't have to do. I personally like to do it because I add lots of layers of guitar, and this just helps me keep an idea of how much I'm using. But what I tend to do on here, this is a great, very simple limiting VST. All you want to do is click the adaptive release on, because that just seems to work really well. Crank the threshold to about -1, and what that will do is stop your guitar ever going into the red and clipping and making that horrible noise. That's all it does. But you shouldn't really need it too much, because at this stage of the mix you shouldn't be pushing your guitars so hard that they're clipping into the red. Okay, so we'll take out the drums, and let's hear what it sounds like when we've just got one guitar in our right ear. This is with the guitars pan left and right. Doesn't sound too bad. And then if we bring in the other one as well, a nice flat tone throughout your ears. Good amount of distortion. If you want to add more distortion, if you're doing very thick rhythm work, add a little bit more distortion. If you're doing some solos, if you're doing some sweep picks and you need it a bit cleaner, roll off the distortion a bit there. Okay, we'll bring in the drums just to see what that sounds like again. You can see with no bass, no synth, and just very basic drum beat, we're already starting to get a little bit tuned together here. Pretty cool. Okay, and that's what I've got for you today, folks. That's going to be the short version. I probably rambled on far too long than I wanted to anyway, but we're going to do a longer version of this. It will really set up your tone, maybe add a few more effects, some compressors and things like that to bring out some of the nuances of the tone, and give you an idea of how to, really command your tone and craft it and shape it to exactly what you want. But I hope that was useful for you getting off the ground. As I say, all the links for the VSTs will be in the description. They're all absolutely free. They won't cost you a penny. So this means you can just get up and running straight away and get into software tones. Okay, guys, I hope that was useful for you. See you again. Bye.